A question recently arose about how to become aware of the subtle vital envelope that surrounds the physical body and acts to protect it. One can practice quieting the mind, the emotions, the vital energies, and the body, and just feeling the sensation of the wider body until it becomes vivid and constant. One can close one's eyes, sit quietly, and have another individual quietly move a hand toward the body, not quite touching it, and sense where it is. One can begin to observe and feel when some pressure is felt, such as a feeling of the beginning of a cold or other physical imbalance. That pressure first touches the aura. Sometimes, when one is in a situation, there is a sudden feeling of someone observing or approaching, but not in the line of sight. Careful observation can help one become aware of the subtle energies picked up by the aura. The main thing is a quiet receptivity and practice. These are simple and practical steps, but do not exhaust the possibilities. The question of immunity to illness, however, goes beyond simply becoming aware of the vital envelope and applying mental and vital support to the vital sheath. This represents just the first step in creating true and lasting immunity. But there is much more. The next step is to call in the force that is activated through the practice of yoga and learn how to hold it without spilling it, expanding thereby the power and force active in the vital nature and the physical body to resist the vibrations of illness. This can dramatically increase the ability to ward off illness. Sri Aurobindo distinguishes these things from the transformation of the human nature that is expected with the supramental manifestation and the changes that brings to mind, life, and body. Sri Aurobindo writes, quote, "All illnesses pass through the nervous or vital physical sheath of the subtle consciousness and subtle body before they enter the physical. If one is conscious of the subtle body, or with the subtle consciousness, one can stop an illness on its way and prevent it from entering the physical body. But it may have come without one's noticing, or when one is asleep, or through the subconscient, or in a sudden rush when one is off one's guard. Then there is nothing to do but to fight it out from a hold already gained on the body. Self-defense by these inner means may become so strong that the body becomes practically immune, as many yogis are. Still, this practically does not mean absolutely. The absolute immunity can only come with the supramental change. For below the supramental, it is the result of an action of a force among many forces, and can be disturbed by a disruption of the equilibrium established. In the supramental, it is a law of the nature. In a supramentalized body, immunity from illness would be automatic, inherent in its new nature. There is a difference between yogic force on the mental and inferior planes and the supramental nature. What is acquired and held by the yoga force in the mind and body consciousness is in the supramental, inherent, and exists not by achievement, but by nature. It is self-existent and absolute." End quote. Reference, Sri Aurobindo, Bases of Yoga, Chapter 5, Physical Consciousness, Subconscient, Sleep and Dream, Illness, pages 107 to 108.